country against President Trump's policy. Large protests across the country over the weekend, all over the country, against President Trump's policies, especially deep cuts to government services. As Nicole Killian shows us, people turned out in large numbers, not just in liberal cities, but also in more conservative areas.
In cities big and small, a sea of people. Oregon to Ohio.
The only way you can change is if people get out and make their voices heard.
Denver to Detroit.
Tariffs are just going to raise prices for everybody.
California to Connecticut. And in New York City.
Losing our money, or our 401ks for retired people. We don't work anymore. You just don't get that back.
Signs of anger directed at President Trump and his policies.
From everything to people's rights, to transgender, to trying to get rid of unions.
We are fighting literally for democracy.
The hands-off rallies were held in all 50 states in more than 1,200 locations, including outside the president's Palm Beach golf course. And steps from the White House where members of Congress joined.
To Donald Trump, I say, get your off the golf course and face the people. America first. It's Trump first.
Frustration even stretched across the pond in Paris, Lisbon, and London.
We really want to send a message of solidarity to our friends and families back in America.
Overall, these were peaceful protests with very few arrests. In response, the White House said the president will always protect Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. That's despite job cuts recently to some of the agencies that handle those benefits.
Large protests across the...
Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. I'm going to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who do well. Peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. All right, this is a quick lesson going into how these uproars of the people are taking place in today's world. All right, and you had over 1,200 cities that have protesters against this current Trump administration, because here it is, before DJ Trump got into office, he promised all these good things, speak these smooth talks to get the people to so-called vote for him. All right, but time, and this is a continual thing when it comes down to these presidents. All right, time they get in offices, the agenda goes totally left. It goes according to always the elites. All right, because contrary to popular belief, the elites are the ones who controls the leaders of this world. All right, because you got something called the Electoral College. See, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and all you goddamn Americans, man, you so-called believe in a false system of voting when they only give you the illusion of voting. All right, but the Electoral College, you do the research, they are the ones who decide the presidents, but they get you people into the belief that you have a choice to where you get your emotions and stuff involved to this place. Now you out there protesting. So just a couple precepts, to the point, Lord, when it's edifying. This is 2 Ezra 16:7. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the net city a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." It says they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but destroying those that fear the Lord. All right. And when you go into that word insurrection, let's see. Insurrection says a violent uprising against authority or government. All right. All those things that have not turned violent yet doesn't mean that these things will not turn violent. All right. I'm not even gonna say we're in the beginning stages. We like seeking the climax of these things, man. But it's going to get violent. All right. And that's what that insurrection means, man. All right. So this is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 14 says, "Woe to the war and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand upon to fight against another with swords in their hand." Right, and right now you seeing the citizens of America, they're not all right. They don't have, well, some do are around, open carrying, but the point is, it's going to get more violent when these things are out in the open, like, when shooting and all that stuff take place. It says, for the sword and their destruction drive not, and one people shall stand up to fight against another with swords in their hand. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, nor in the course of their actions shall stand in great power. Right. So eventually, these American people, they're gonna get tired with the policies, the tariffs, and all that stuff, and they just gonna take power in their own hands, man. And we seeing this thing happen right now before our eyes. Prophecies just popping off the page like popcorn, like the apostles always say. Verse 17 says, a man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able. And these times that we coming into martial law, hey, they're gonna shut these cities down. And this is the prophecies, man. All right. So this is 2nd Esdras chapter 9. I'm started the first verse. It says, 2nd Esdras 9:1 says, he answered me then and said, measure thou thy time diligently in itself, and when thou seest the part the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shall I understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when thou shalt see earthquakes and uproars of the people, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High speckled those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right, so that's what you're seeing. You're seeing these earthquakes. Hey, man, you got earthquakes in diverse places. Hey, man, we just had a few earthquakes, major earthquakes, a couple weeks ago. I forget what country and what cities they were in, but these things are happening every day. And uproars of the people. You got uproars in the UK. Not now over here in America. What they said, 1,200 cities. All right. Meanwhile, the president out here playing golf. All right. It goes to show you how much of a joke this place is. All right. Yeah, this is the last one. I'm gonna end it off on real quick. This is Psalms 55:21. It says the work. Let me go to the whole thing. Psalms 55:20. Yeah, 1. It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but woe was in his heart. His words was softer than oil, yet they drawn swords. Right, and that's the whole thing that when DJ TRUMP was campaigning, he was pushing nothing but smooth words, soft words to get the American people on board to the deception. But guess what? Now it happens all the time. When they get in office, all those things that they promise, it goes backwards. All right, because at the end of the day, it's not the agenda of that president. No, it's the agenda of the rich elites. Okay, and that's why you're seeing what's going on. And then not only that, it will get worse. All right. So Lord willing, this lesson was quick and edifying to the point. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Kakadash. Again, double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who do well. Peace and blessings to the house of David elect.